Let's talk about specific behaviors, and I'm excited and leery about wading into these waters. Let's just get at it the way we do here at Brother Be Well. Let's start with, I'm calling it COVID's big three: washing hands, staying distant, and wearing a mask. So we'll start with hand washing. Are we doing that as well as we should? And frankly, I don't know about y'all, but I have seen some of the worst hand washing hygiene coming out of the public men's room
Hmm.
that I have ever seen in my life. My mama taught me better than that, than a lot of what I see. Can we do better there to help protect us? Something that simple to help protect us from COVID-19.
Yeah, I mean, I do with my kids, and I'll be more specific with my youngest one, my youngest boy. I always on him, always tell him, it's like, wash your hands. You're leaving the bathroom. Did you wash? How good did you wash your hands? Uh, like I can time it in my head, like, and just starting early with them. And that's what scares me, because I look back on all the other times I went to sporting events and I'd come out and just see people come in, use the bathroom, and just walk out. I'm like, that's why we wash our hands, because
Yeah,
we don't know what other people do. Um, and we can control what we do. But yeah,
it's tight. It's tight. Um, Social distancing, avoiding crowds, especially large crowds. We know, and as we think about this one and mental health, we know that isolation can exacerbate existing mental health conditions. Anxiety is up. Folks reporting about anxiety is up, depression, even suicide rates are up with COVID-19. There's a need to stay distant. We've got to stay apart from each other, but stay connected at the same time. How do men strike that balance? And honestly, I want to talk about, it's our society, Western society at least, discourages that personal connection anyway for men. So it's already a little hard to do that. And then when you have a virus out there encouraging us to be distant, are we setting ourselves up for more serious mental health issues? And how can we avoid those?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie to you, Mike. We've all been feeling it, and I know me especially. I haven't had time. I'm at home with my family, and I have two small kids, so I miss that. I miss that ability to do so. So like I said, we're coming up on a year. We've gained a lot of information and tools of how to live in this type of world, right? I don't want to call it a COVID world, because it's just it's a small time frame in the big scheme of things, but we know how to operate and be safe. So meeting outside, staying connected outside while wearing a mask, right? The data and the science proves that can be a safe way to do it. Now, not congregating in large groups,
Right.
but for my instance, when we had our Christmas, right? Holidays, it was really a stressful time for people because they were having those conversations. Are you coming over? Are we not coming over? Am I going to make you feel some type of way? Are you going to look at me some type of way? And we all just went through that this last week.
Yeah.
Me personally, my family, what we did is, hey, my parents are older. I'm a healthcare worker. I didn't want to expose them to anything that I could be having if I was asymptomatic. So we
Yeah.
sat outside. We sat outside around a fire pit with masks on, and we got to see each other. So we had that connection. It was different, but you know
Yeah.
what? A pandemic is different, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can't,
Yeah.
I can't disconnect the two personally.
I hear you. We did the same thing. My family decided to, since we couldn't do the traditions we had always done, we said, let's just throw all the old ones away and create a new one. So we wound up with a fire pit outside, and we did s'mores for dessert. I, believe it or not, had never had a s'more before. No
Oh
one could
man,
believe I had never had a s'more. And my oldest daughter is like, Dad, as much as you like dark chocolate and marshmallows and graham crackers, how can you have never done this? I'm not a camper. I didn't grow up camping. So I never had a s'more. So we had this amazing outside, and we all connected around this Michael's first s'more. And I bit into this thing, and now all the emails came back and said, even next Thanksgiving when we're back to normal, we got to do s'mores again because that was so much fun, putting them together. So we got to find fun ways to stay connected. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's talk about the third of that big three: wearing masks. I don't know about y'all, but I think convincing a black man to put on a mask is a hard sell. We got to do it, and I do it every day when I walk outside of this house. But I'd be lying if I didn't say there's a little apprehension when I put that mask on and cover up half of my face to go into a retail store. I have not yet been inside of a bank instance, March, because I'm not walking into a bank. I could just see a potentially, I don't, it's probably irrational, but it causes me some concern. Let's talk about that. Is that a hard sell, especially given the year that we just came out of with George Floyd and knees on necks and the Black Lives Matter movement? Let's talk about that a little bit. Is that something we need to be concerned with?
Yeah, most definitely, Mike. The beginning of this pandemic at CCBNA, we partnered with another nonprofit, TrapMed. We talked about the COVID-19, and this was a topic that we talked about specifically. TrapMed does a lot of work with the Black men in barbershops and do health outreach from that venue. And this was a topic that we knew, that we seen coming right when they started talking about masks. It's like, okay, y'all can wear masks, right?
Yeah,
but when Black folks wear masks, there's a different association with it. And historically, you have not allowed us to wear masks. So now you're telling us to do something that just last month you were shooting us for. And that might be a little bit extreme, but that's the fact of the matter in some instances. So like you talked about the bank, I had to check in with myself the first time I did it, because I walked in, I had sunglasses on and a mask, and I'm walking into the bank, and the little picture, I am the picture of the don't walk in if you're dressed like this.
Right.
You don't know if they're gonna say something, or you know, someone's gonna be following you around, or what. And like you said, with the charge year that we've had, and it's all kind of culminating, right? It's all kind of coming together.
Yeah. I don't mean to leave you out of this, Jerry. You're an honorary Black man for this part of this conversation, and certainly a part of the Brother Be Well audience. So do you feel the same? Is there any anxiety on your part with regard to face covering?
No, for me, and that's the sad part it's like I don't have that. But I will say, I do fear for my friends that I grew up with. I have those fears of that. And they would post up like, I got to wear a mask now. My oldest son, he's 18. He's half Black. And I worry about him, you know, just him wearing a mask, but he doesn't really go out too much. But it's one of the things that I always worry about, like, that like Carter, you said, like last month it was not okay, and now you're telling me I have to wear it.
Yeah,
it is a hard sell. That's a lot of history behind that, with having someone with a mask on and saying like they're a criminal, or you know, you're going to prosecute them or something. So
and at the same time, we got to do it, no doubt about it, because all you got to do, I don't want to get into politics here, but our soon-to-be former president is holding last summer rallies all over the country, these large crowds, and nobody's got on a mask, and you could just see, you know, super spreader event in the making. It was just insanity when you saw these people.
Yeah.
So we've all seen it. I was at the mall yesterday with a woman who was walking through. I had to be in and out just to make a return, but she was walking around the mall on her cell phone with no mask on at all. And I immediately saw her, went the other way, rushed out of there as quickly as I could. We know what we've got to do, but mentally it's a hurdle we gotta leap. So I appreciate y'all being open and transparent about that.